Your phone lights up. Are you coming tonight? You pause before replying. You do not have a real reason to say no. After all, they are your close friends. It would probably go well if you went, but still something inside you pulls back, as if saying yes does not only mean going out, but having to keep yourself ready for the entire evening, having to talk, having to react. Before anything has even started, that plan starts growing in your mind, and before you can properly explain it, one thought passes through your mind: I do not want to go. But the strange part is this does not mean you are moving away from the friends who invited you. The idea of staying home simply feels much more appealing than the idea of going out. So, why? Why does staying home feel better than going out for some people? And even when the plan itself is not bad, why can the idea of going there feel tiring? Here is the part that is easy to miss. The tiredness does not begin when you walk out the door. It starts on the couch, inside your head. In the first minute you are invited, it quietly calculates the noise, the small talk, how long you need to stay for leaving to seem normal, and whether someone will notice if you go quiet. This can be called anticipatory load. The event has not started yet, but your mind and body have started preparing for the place you were invited to as if it already had. So the tiredness you feel before you have even moved is not really about the event itself. It is your mind starting to carry something in advance just in case it happens. Home works differently, and it is important to make this clear because this is not just a vague feeling of comfort. At home, you control the light in the room, you control the sound, you even choose whether there will be any sound at all. You decide the timing of everything: when to talk, when to be silent without anyone reading meaning into it, where to sit, when to lie down, when to simply stop. Environments that give you this much control and comfort have become familiar, and home is the place where you feel most at ease because there you can be however you want, sometimes quiet, sometimes opening a funny video and laughing out loud, and sometimes just daydreaming. Explains why people can feel tiring, even people you love. Being with others is not only about being physically in the same place, usually it also includes managing yourself while you are there. Your facial expression, your tone of voice, how warm you seem, when to laugh, when you can be silent without it looking wrong. A large part of social discomfort comes from the quiet feeling of being evaluated, even around people who love you and do not want to hurt you. This feeling does not have to be loud or obvious. It can be as simple as a small passing thought. Did that sound a little cold? Am I being too much? Am I not enough? This low level self monitoring runs in the background of many interactions. And even if the evening goes well, it has a cost. Sometimes the tiring part is not seeing people, it is managing yourself in front of them. The sudden, strangely guilty relief that comes when plans are canceled is connected to this too. That relief is not proof that you did not want to go, and it is not proof that you do not care about that person. Sometimes people expect a social event to feel heavier than it actually feels once they get there, so the plan itself may never have been the real problem. What disappears when it is canceled is the expected demand: getting ready, managing yourself, staying alert. The quiet effort of staying socially available, not the relationship itself. And two things can be true in the same evening. You can genuinely enjoy the people you are with and still feel exhausted when you get home. You can laugh throughout the night and still need silence after the night ends. You can feel warmth in the moment and tiredness later. These are not contradictions. They are two separate processes happening on different timelines, and both can be real. For some people, going out is not only socially tiring, it can also feel too intense. Music, crowd noise, people talking over each other, bright lights, an environment that is constantly moving. For some people, these things quietly build up in the background. From the outside, everything looks normal: an ordinary cafe, an ordinary evening, an ordinary meetup, but your mind may be trying to track too many things at once. Who is talking? What should I say back? Where is that sound coming from? How long have we been here? Is my energy starting to drop? So sometimes the problem is not only meeting people, the problem is that the environment is asking too much from you at the same time. This does not mean something is wrong with you. Some people experience outside environments more intensely, as if they hear more sound, as if they notice more movement, as if they get tired faster. And because of this, home can feel safer or easier because less happens at home, less sound, less movement, less pressure to react. And for some people, there may also be a part of this feeling that comes from the past. Maybe you have felt embarrassed in front of people before. Maybe someone laughed at you. Maybe when you said something wrong, you were corrected immediately. Maybe when you were younger, people's reactions were hard to predict. One moment they acted normal, one moment they got angry, one moment they criticized you. When things like this happen again and again, the body learns something. It learns not to fully relax around people. It learns to stay a little ready. It learns to wait for something to go wrong. This does not have to be a major trauma. Sometimes small things repeating for a long time are enough. And even years later, even when you are around safe people, social environments can feel a little heavier because your mind is not only living in the present moment, it is also trying to protect itself according to things it learned before. Staying home looks like one single behavior from the outside, but inside it does not always come from the same reason. One person may want to stay home because they regain energy more easily when they are alone. Another person may want to stay home because they are afraid people will judge them. For another person, the problem is not people, but the sound, crowd, and movement outside. Another person may not really be resting, but escaping from a situation that feels uncomfortable. From the outside, all of it looks the same, staying home. But inside, not all of it is the same thing. That is why the issue is not only whether you stay home or not, the issue is what staying home does to you. If staying home calms you, helps you recover, and makes you feel a little more ready to return to life afterward, it may be rest. But if going out becomes harder, the more you stay home, if plans become fewer, and your world quietly gets smaller, it may be turning into avoidance. So the question is not, do you stay home? The real question is, does staying home bring you back together or does it pull you a little farther away from life? This distinction matters more than anything else because staying home is not automatically the healthy choice and it is not automatically the unhealthy choice either. Daily life studies that follow people over time suggest that there is no single perfect balance of solitude and social time that works for everyone. What matters is not only how much time you spend alone, it is whether that solitude is chosen. Chosen solitude can help a person recover. It can help the body come down from noise, attention, and effort. It can give the mind space to reset. But solitude that happens only because the alternative feels too threatening can do something else. It can allow a person's world to quietly shrink, plan by plan, message by message, excuse by excuse, until relief only comes from escaping and going out stops feeling difficult and starts feeling almost impossible. So, staying home does not mean you are lazy. It does not mean you are boring. It does not mean you are not okay. And it does not mean you do not care about the people who invited you. Sometimes your mind and body genuinely recover better in quiet places than in loud ones. And that is not a flaw that needs to be fixed, but it is still important to check in with yourself honestly. The real question was never whether you stayed home tonight. The real question is this: is staying home helping you return to your life with more energy, or is it slowly making that life a little smaller?